Oh, hi there. It's just before the Christmas break. Well, I've cleaned up the train room a bit, make it a little bit presentable. So we'll have a look at the situation. See here the Germany, rest of Europe reversing loop. Now with some trains in it. I've added some track to Venlo station, Venlo yard. I've run out of track, so I'm going to have to wait until the new year, I think, to scrounge out some track on the internet or something. But there are a couple of yard tracks and the station. One of the important things after laying track is to plan out your overhead wire mast locations. Which I'm doing there. So going around to where the layout was completed before. Here the mainline, industrial area, Europort, fineries, chemical complexes. And I've mocked up at the moment the module that I saved from the previous layout representing the new town of Almere. That module I've saved. It's now a little bit dusty and everything, and a few bits broken off, but I've now put it in place where I think it'll come. I'll redo it, I think, with better looking K track. Here there'll be a Y as the branch line comes past the main line there. Here there'll be a near the tunnel there'll be the VAM composting plant taking up the household rubbish. The grain elevator there will move, and then here the branch line continues across the Amsterdam-Rhine Canal and meets up with the main line there. So, again, just a quick aerial view. Hello, rest of Europe, and here the Almere module, which I'll also be able to take out. I'll hook it up to the baseboard there as a module so it can come out. But it's high enough to duck under fairly easily. Okay, view from the other end of the room. There's the main line, some industries to the left there, crossing the canal there. And heading off into the mining area, gravel, Eindhoven, station and industrial area, the automobile plant, the Nedcar plant. That's the main feature there. And then heading off down the helix. And here the Almere module, which will have a terminal station and has a siding for industries. I think there'll be a distribution centre there. And the grain elevator may go there as well, the small grain elevator, because Almere is in the middle of a large agricultural area of the new land, where the auto racks are that consist of mixed freight. That's the interchange track. So for an operating session that could be filled up with any type of freight headed off for the rest of Rhineland or to the seaport. For instance, those vehicles would have come perhaps from an order plant in Germany and will head to the seaport to be exported by ship, as well as the intermodal will head to the seaport as well to be shipped out. So that's the idea anyway. You see the three industries. Vopak is the tank terminal here. Hooghollands is the steel mill at the back there. And Penn Centrale, Penn Power Plant is the Penn Power Plant over there. So with the panel and car code boxes, this area is actually ready for operations. So just so that everybody knows where we are, at Venlo is the border with what was then the Federal Republic of Germany, West Germany, because this is in the 1970s. You live and learn. I have some duck unders. I guess I've ducked under at least 300 times, backwards and forwards. Except I actually ducked under 299 times and I left a head wound. So instead of making the duck under area inobtrusive as originally planned with the painted green, I've gone out and bought some warning tape, and I'm going to tape around the duck unders for the future. This is temporary. It'll make it look nice, of course, in the future. But this is just to make sure that you know there is a duck under there and that you actually duck. Okay. Another little change or tryout really is I've got a control panel with the plan of a layout monitoring train activity in the center of the room. I can operate and see how things are going, and I can change the view. That's the upper level, but I can see what's going on without having to crouch down into a control station area, because I've moved the central station out of the train room, and I'll have this is a trial. Might get a better version. It's a very old laptop from work from years back, but it's doing its thing. It's connected via wireless to the server running the control program. I can have a number of these laptops or tablets or smartphones. So at the same time, I've got the smartphone with the throttle on it. But this gives a better overview just in case something happens, and I can see the trains, but also follow the activity on the plan. So that's the upper level. The commuter train you can hear is going down the helix. It's going down the helix here. In a moment it will hit the block sensor for the end of this block. There we go, it's pink. And now it'll head down to the lower level. So now it's heading down here. We'll head here. We'll head into Amsterdam Central on 14. Then go around again. Come back into Amsterdam Central, go up the helix, up to Eindhoven, come back down again and end up in the terminal track here. That's the route it's continually doing. But this is a trial. I just put this together today just to see what it was like. I think it's working out. If I need to get into the storage cupboard, or I'm not using this at all, I can just take it down, lift it up, out of the way. Just unscrew this and then the storage cupboard can come out. But I think it'll be a neat addition, be able to monitor the activity going on. Alright, we'll round off this update with an intercity being pulled by a diesel, basically because the electrification hasn't been completed yet. So we've got a 218097 pulling our intercity coaches. Select schedule, which in this case is the intercity schedule, which is a number of joint schedules called a tour. It'll go all the way around the layout. We'll set her up. The layout heading into Amsterdam Central. So after a stop at Amsterdam, heading off to Eindhoven. And entering the helix to the top layer, up to Eindhoven. Coming out of the helix, top level. Entering the Eindhoven area and stop at Eindhoven's station. On the net car plant. And the intercities will normally be electric, but we haven't got all the electrification done yet, so looks a bit silly having an electric engine without the overhead wires. Prototypically, the engine would run around because this is the border with Germany, but for ease of operation, we'll use the reverse loop to head back to Venlo Station.